In this video, I'm gonna share with you how to make money specifically trading sports cards. Not selling, trading, and I'm gonna give you an example from myself as to how I do this and make more money. So let's get into it. First, let me be very basic here and explain what I mean when I trade. So if you have a sports card, there's two ways to move it, right? You can either sell it for money or you could trade it for other cards. And I'm gonna share with you how to take advantage and how sports cards works when it comes to trading. So let's say you have a $1,000 card, okay? Let's say you bought it for $300, you got it graded, now it's worth $1,000. You have two options, sell it or trade it. Now, the higher up you go in value in a card, the less percent people are gonna offer you to actually buy a card. Let me explain what I mean. So let's say you have a $200 card of Bryce Young. You can put that anywhere on Facebook, Instagram. Someone's probably gonna give you $200 for that card. But a $1,000 card of Bryce Young, like I was talking about before, no one's really gonna give you $1,000 probably, maybe, but you'll probably get offers of like $850, $900, $925. People want a little bit of a deal if they're paying more money in cash, okay? What you can do is trade it for more value. So instead of selling it for $900 in cash, you can trade it for $1,100 or $1,200 in value. This is a very common thing in sports cards. People are willing to overtrade for a card they want. But if you're following my logic here, then it wouldn't make any sense, because trading for a card, now you're just gonna have to do the same thing to sell them. You're gonna have to undersell them, right? You're gonna have to sell them at like 90% of the value. But this is how to get around it. So if you've been following me for any amount of time, you should know what I preach is buy low, sell high, right? And the best way to do that, for example, right now while I'm speaking, it's in February, about to be March, you can buy football really cheap. And as we get closer to the season in June, in August, and September, these football cards will go up in value, okay? So if you're someone like me, who let's say is selling baseball right now, you can see there's some baseball in there, I could go and sell it for cash, or I could just trade it into football. I had an example that I'm gonna jump to my computer here and show you in a second of Shohei Ohtani. I bought this card for 10 grand, got it graded, it was worth about $30,000. And I had two offers, okay? One offer was $27,000 in cash, straight cash, wire into my bank account. Not bad, right? Or the other offer I had was $12,000 in cash and $18,000 in value in cards. And a few of these cards were football cards I really liked that I think are gonna go up in value. So instead of me taking that $27,000 in cash and now looking to buy football, I just traded into that football and got a little bit of cash. So I killed two birds with one stone, right? And I got more value out of my Shohei Ohtani card. I got $30,000 in total value instead of $27,000. So instead of me talking about this, I actually have an example on a Google Doc. I'll put this Google Doc somewhere below. I have a nice training. Let's jump to my computer real quick and I'll show you exactly what I am talking about. All right, this video is gonna be really good, this training, and you're gonna read this over here and you're gonna be like, what the hell is this person saying? Hear me out. All right, so this is how to trade sports cards really effectively. All right, so you guys can read this stuff yourself, but I'll sum it up. So let's say you have a sports card that's worth $1,000. It's not so common someone's just gonna give you $1,000 for it, right? They want a discount, just like you probably want a discount if you buy a card. So you could probably sell it for like $850, $900, $950 maybe. If you have a card that's like $200, a little bit lower end, a lot of times you'll get someone to give you $200. But the higher up in value a card goes, the harder it is to get the full value of it, all right? And that's kind of what I just said right here. And if you're doing sports cards correctly, okay, like someone like myself who does it at a little bit of a higher level, like buying higher level sports cards, if I have a $10,000 sports card, would I rather, let's say it's baseball and I bought a $10,000 sports card, I could wait for it to go up in value, maybe sell it for 13 or 14,000 like February or March, get the money and go buy football, right? That's what I would do. Or what I could do is just trade right into football. I get more value out of my card and I'm killing two birds with one stone because I'm just moving to my next sport, all right? So here's a classic example. You see me talk about this Shohei Ohtani. I finally sold it. Um, Bear with me. I'm not the best editor, as you could tell. I did my best, right? So I purchased this card of Ohtani right here. It was a BGS 9 for $9,750 in October. I got a little bit lucky. He signed with the Dodgers. I kind of thought he was going to sign with the team. Dodgers got lucky because it's a big team. So I got this card regraded, a grade of 10. So I'm kind of playing the game here of like buying while it's cheap and getting it graded. You do those two things together, you'll make a shit ton of money. Anyways, but you could buy this card as a PSA 10 and just make money on it just by holding it. But anyways, paid $9,750. Card grades a 10. Now, once this card graded a 10, I had two offers. I had a $27,000 cash offer. Not bad, right? I'm into the card for basically 10 grand. Or I had this offer. You can see I put this picture here. I had all these cards here. I outlined what they're each worth, right? Plus $12,000 in cash. So this equates to $30,000 in total value between the cards and the cash, but which is great, right? I'm making more money. Right? I'm getting $3,000 more in value, which may or may not be worth it. $27,000 cash is a decent offer, but the caveat here is the cards I'm getting. So this Luka is probably not going to go up that much in value, which is this card right here. But this Burrow should go up to like 27 to 2,800. Nothing crazy. This Pickett is really, really cheap right now. If they get like Justin Fields, it's probably going to go down in value. But if he ends up starting, I could see me selling this card for $1,000 because of how much he went down in value. This silver bar, which is just random, but he threw it in because he didn't have the money, is worth about $2,500. It's easy to sell silver. But the card I'm most excited for is this Trevor Lawrence Optic Contenders Cracked Ice PSA 1010. Let me get a better picture for you. So it's this card right here. This is a super card of Trevor Lawrence that's super sought after, and his value is down a ton because he just didn't play that well and they didn't make the playoffs. And call me crazy, but so I'm technically into this card for $9,000. That's about what we valued it at in the trade. I think I'm going to sell it for like $14,000, $15,000, $16,000 at the National Card Show. I could even see myself doubling my money trading it into baseball. This baseball will be really cheap then. But the point I'm trying to make here is I could have took the cash and then, I could have taken this cash and then tried to take the cash and buy these cards, like buy something like this, or I just traded into it, right? I got more out of my Ohtani, number one. Number two, I don't got to take this money and look for these cards anymore. And three, it's just more efficient, right? So I'm getting more out of my Ohtani, and now I'm into these football cards that I think I'm going to crush with, okay? And hopefully this, like, gives you guys some value. And once again, this doesn't need to be done with cards that are $30,000. You can do this with cards that are, $500, $1,000. Instead of taking a $500 card and trying to sell it for like $450, and if it's a baseball card that's really cheap right now while I'm speaking, it's February, trade it into the next sport. I trade it into something that's down right now that you could see going up a lot in value. Like, I'm really bullish on Trevor Lawrence. I think he's a tremendous quarterback. I think his value is just down a lot. I think the Jaguars are going to pick up some pieces, and I think it's going to go up a lot. So let's just trade what we have into it, right? Hopefully this makes sense. I'll put this video right here. Well, if you're already watching it, you probably know it's right here. But any questions, let me know. Shoot me a DM, comment wherever you're seeing this video. And yeah, hopefully this just shows you another way to make money in sports cards. Peace out. All right, so hopefully that video and little training really showed you how to utilize trading to make money in sports cards, right? Very basically put, instead of me taking the money and doing two steps, right? Taking the money and not going to buy the cards, I could just trade into what I want to buy. And I get more value out of my Ohtani card, right? Like I said in that video, I think I'm going to move that Trevor Lawrence alone for like close to double what I got it for, right? That's how to trade sports cards effectively. It's just buying low and selling high, but you're trading low and trading high, okay? Right? Trade for cards that are cheap right now, and then trade them for a lot of value, then trade them into the next thing that's cheap. So like that Trevor Lawrence card, for example, that I'm into for like $8,000 to $9,000 via that trade, I think, this is me being optimistic, obviously I have choice bias because I have the card now, but I think that card's gonna be worth about around $14,000 to $15,000 at the time of the National Card Show, which is like late July. Now, let's say this Trevor Lawrence card is $15,000. I can go and sell it, and and I'll probably get an offer of $13,000, maybe $14,000, or I can just trade it into what I'm buying next, which will probably be basketball or baseball by then, right? Because I'm just going to take that $14,000 offer that I maybe will have for that Trevor Lawrence card and go buy basketball cards, or I can just trade into the basketball cards I want and get more value out of that Trevor Lawrence card because someone will give me $16,000 or $17,000 in value for that card in the future. So I'm getting more value and I'm killing two birds with one stone, and I'm just making my life a lot easier. So if you're enjoying the content of the video and want to learn how to make a side income with sports cards, I spent the past 3 months putting together a training to show you exactly how it's done in detail. Sports cards has allowed me to live a life beyond my wildest imagination, and I'm thankful for the hobby every single day. That is the reason I teach sports cards, and I am so passionate about it. At the end of the training, we offer a paid program where you can work closer with me. However, I don't want you joining until you've watched the free training I put together. It will show you exactly what's inside the program and how to make money with sports cards, and from there, you can make an educated decision. So if you'd like to sign up for the free training, either scan the QR code on the screen or text Eric to 631-544-7005 or click the link in the description. Just to repeat it, you can either scan the QR code or text Eric to 631-544-7005 or click the link in the description. Now let's get back to the video. I know this training or YouTube video is a little bit more in depth. Hopefully you followed along. Once again, you don't need to do this with $30,000 cards. You can do this with $500 cards, $1,000 cards. Like, you could do this at any level. I've been doing this for a long time. This is how I've traded sports cards, and I've really maximized on the money I can make. So let me know what you guys think of the video. Comment below. Let me know. Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm missing something? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.